Hey YouTube, I'm Mike, and this is my racing channel, B's Racing. I also have it on Instagram as B Racing AZ because I live in Arizona. If you want to check them out, that's where all my stuff's going to be. This is my first video on my voyage to being a decent RC car racer again. I used to race back in Michigan I started when I was real young, when I was, I don't know, middle school aged. And my first car I got for Christmas was a Nishimo four-wheel drive car. I hated that car. But it was my first one in the RC car racing. And when you look back on it, it was a pretty decent car. I just didn't know how to build stuff, man. I was a young kid, man. I was just messing around. But I got the 12 scale racing on road. And I just loved it. Loved being an on-road racer. And I mean, that was so long ago. That was in the late 80s. I remember getting newer electronic speed controls. They were brand new around that time. Maybe a little bit after they just came out. But electronic speed control, if you had one, man, you were top notch. And so I did 12 scale when I was, middle school to maybe 9th grade of high school. And then when I was married and just had little kids, so I was early 20s, I had an RC10, so I'd be in like the mid-90s, early 90s, somewhere around there, RC10, and raced that. Loved racing. So I'm back in the hobby. I started watching YouTube videos. A guy that got me wanting to be in it again was this Voyage RC. He actually races at our local track over here at Action Hobbies in Arizona. And I watched his videos, found out there was a local track here, indoor clay track. Went down, checked it out, started watching videos by Ryan Harris and RC Vitals. I watched a lot of Short Course World, a lot of that channel, Jason. I watched a lot of RC Network, just a ton of the guys out here on videos. Evan J's awesome. I think that's the name of his channel. Watch him too. He's down in Florida. A lot of guys on the East Coast. More on the East Coast. Jason is out here on the West Coast. But anyways, this is a pre-build video. I'm going to show you what I bought for my car. You can tell me if it's C or, yeah, good choice. Stuff like that, or things that I need to pick up, get going in the hobby. But, so, let's get started. First thing, I'll go off with cheap stuff, I guess. Jason said on his channel to use a yoga block for a pit stand. So I picked up a yoga block. I have yet to get the car. This is for a B6.1, by the way. I ordered it. Still waiting to know when I'm actually going to get the car. But, I mean, who really needs a car, right? Let's just get stuff. So I got the yoga block for a pit stand. Easy. I think it was like $4. And then my wife, my beautiful wife, made me a tire washer for the track. Kind of nifty. I think it's dollar store stuff or Walmart, something like that. But she's awesome. She picked out a lot of this stuff. Like, I'll pick out stuff, put it in my Amazon save for later, and she'll pick one out and give it to me every couple weeks. So there's that. What's next? It's like Christmas, man. Showing you guys all this stuff. Raw Speed. Jason over at Short Course World, he has a company, Raw Speed. So got the chassis protector from Raw Speed. Front and rear wings from Raw Speed. You always gotta need some extras of those. Tires. The tires are great. Easy to see. One thing getting back into this, I didn't know the compounds, colors, all that kind of stuff, and didn't want to really look for it for G concepts. Kind of super lazy. Raw Speeds is super easy. You go in, you pick you know, the tire that you want. Like these are stage 2s. I think they got 4 different kinds of tires. You can get them pre-mounted or unmounted, and you can pick the compound. You just need to check the box. Pretty super easy, right? I'm going to be running it on a clay track over at Action Hobbies. So, got clay compound. Just click the box, click the color you want, boom, you get it delivered. I think it was $25 for a set of 2, so $50 for the car, something like that. I don't know. I don't really stress the money side of it. Towing gauge. I picked it up, and a camber gauge. Camber gauge. Like I know what I'm talking about. I gotta quit saying, my wife already yelled at me. The tires, I mean, they're super important. I have to actually get the car and drive the damn thing and see what tires are gonna work, what tires aren't. That's one of the parts of being in this hobby. That's a great thing, because you don't really know. At least I don't, because I haven't raced in forever. I don't know what tires I want. I don't know what tires I'm going to need or any of that kind of stuff. And it all comes down to, you know, bang for the buck. I picked out most of this stuff and tried to get it cheap. As cheap as I could. Because I'm getting into the hobby. So I can't be spending a ton of money right off the bat, even though I want to. Like, I want to get the best, the best chargers and the best tires and the best this and that, but I don't really know. Shell racing. One of the biggest parts of racing back when, at least when I raced, was steering. And you don't want any slop in that steering, so I want to get all aluminum pieces in my steering. This is the aluminum steering rack. I want to get the aluminum, all the rest of the parts in aluminum, but they're sold out pretty much everywhere. Can't really get them. And this is a product they make for the lower front of the car for the B6.1 for a front wing. So I picked that up. I didn't want to get the whole, they have a pretty cool bundle for, I think $75. You get the battery strap, all that kind of stuff. I think it was $10, $12, something like that. Piece it out. I mean, you can piece it out here and there. You can slowly get everything to the way you want it to be. And I don't even know if I'm going to use a wing. I see some people have wings, front wings. Some people don't. I don't know. I got to see how the car rides, because I mean that's the big deal. That's why you get these kind of things, is to see if they work for you or not. The steering swivel. I went with a Savix Ryan Cavalieri steering servo. It was on sale. It was like dirt cheap. It was like robbing people. It was that cheap. So I couldn't pass it up. And like Ryan here says, just with Ryan Cavalieri's name on it, I'm going to go that much faster, because, you know, it has his name on it. And, you know, if you have named products, it's like, oh my God, he uses it? I'm going to go that much faster. So that's the way I got to think about it. Next up, what else I got? Pinion. Don't really need to talk about that. Speed control. When I came back into this hobby, there were so many speed controls. So many. The thing, you gotta look for bang for your buck when you're coming in. I mean, I can't be spending, you know, $200 on a speed control, even though I would love to, and I probably will, but not this first one. I went with a Hobby Wing, the Hobby Wing V3.1, because it did the two things that I wanted. It was high amperage. I think it's got 120 amps. So I should be able to put it in a modified tire if I change to a modified, even though I'm going to run stock for a while. And it can hook up to their Wi-Fi. So that Wi-Fi module, I'm going to get that at some point. I think it's like $55. Gonna hook this bad boy up to it, go through all that stuff. I already watched a lot of the videos on it and things like that. Great speed control in my opinion. The one down at Action Hobbies was sold. I mean, they only had one in, and they sold it. I went down and saw it on a Wednesday, went back the next Wednesday, and it was gone. So I just picked this bad boy up. Most of the time I went down there to buy stuff, I'd scope it out, see it, go back the next week, and it was gone. So I know now I don't want to bother them with having to order in something specific and all that kind of crap. So just pick this up. Action speed control. Batteries is another one of the things where you can hit or miss. People have their favorites, all that kind of stuff. Got the bag for it also. So because I did not know what battery, even though you can research these things up and down and sideways, and what it's going to come down to is what you like to run. Getting back into the hobby, I knew I wanted to have high numbers, right? Higher numbers the better. 4600 ohms or whatever the crap it is. And 100 C's. That's a pretty good battery. 100 C's to me is a pretty good battery. The thing that made me pick these up was that they were $35 a piece. Now for some of these batteries around the same ohms or mAh, I don't know what it's called, and the same C's, you're going to spend like $70, $60, $70 per battery. So if these batteries don't work out and don't last me as long as I think they're going to last me, I mean, if you do things right and you treat your stuff right, being a grown man, you learn these things. If you treat your stuff right, they'll last longer. So I'm going to try out these power batteries. I got them, I think, off of, I'm pretty sure it was Amazon. Got a bag for them, you know, because you should have a bag. Everybody says you should have a bag. So I got a bag for them. And the charger I got for it, I mean, chargers, man, it's another one of those things where you can look it up for days. You can hem-haw about, which one I should get, what I want it to cover, all that kind of stuff. This Bluetooth to my phone, good stuff. It has the readouts, has the balance charging, all that kind of stuff. Comes with the boards for the balance charging. A lot of cables. You can hook it up to your car battery. It's not gigantic, you know. I mean, if I take it out of that box, it should be easy to transport. 2 batteries. It's able to charge at a time with 100 amps or 110 amps. I can't remember. It's on here somewhere. But it's a good charger. And it works with my phone, so I can watch what's happening on my phone. And that's cool with me, because I always got this big-ass laptop phone with me to be able to know what's going on. And that is most of the stuff. The last thing I have to show is, let me get this out of the way. My radio, PLS, Futaba. I wanted a Futaba radio because it is what I use. I've used at every stage of my racing. When I was a young kid, when I was in my 20s, I used a Futaba radio. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, man. Why do you buy Fords? Because you like Fords. Why do you buy Chevys? You like Chevys. When I buy Futaba, I like Futaba. The trigger on it's a little bit small for my sausage fingers, my fat sausage fingers. But it's a little light. Still all right. Got this digital readout. Can hold a bunch of cars in it. That's well worth the money, and you got to go bang for your buck again when you're getting into the hobby. You don't want to get a radio that you're just going to replace. You don't want to spend $100 on a radio that you're just going to replace in a couple months with a $180 radio to get a little step up, or even a $200 radio. You want to spend it and get a $180 radio, and then if you're going to go into that $400 radio range or all that kind of stuff, then you have time to do it, because that $180 radio is going to last you a little bit longer than some of the others, in my opinion. It's bang for your buck kind of stuff. So that's all my pre-built stuff. If y'all have any ideas on what I should get, add to this. I have all the tools that you're gonna want. I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I got tools, man. I got drills all in the garage. My wife picked out this starter metric and regular tool set from Amazon, I think. Like I said, I put it in a cart, and she picked something out and sends it to me. I got scissors, clippers, all that stuff. Oh, and one last thing. I have a SJ7 cam. It's this sort of like a GoPro. Well, actually, it's an action camera. It's a GoPro kind of camera. It tapes in 4K if you want to. I most likely won't. But you can put it on your hat. So I got this thing under my hat, so I can tape myself. Now, I'm also a football coach. So when we do a lot, when we're playing, going through the season, practicing things, we watch film. Watch a lot of film. It's going to be the same. I mean, even I'll load it up to this YouTube so y'all can watch the progression. I mean, because it's going to be terrible at the start, but the progression of driving. You know, when you watch yourself and you see how you brake going into a corner, things like that, and try and cancel the bad habits and stress the positives, you're just going to do nothing but get better. Because a lot of times, when we're doing something, we'll be like, oh, I did really good tonight. Oh, except I did this and this at this part of the track. I did that part of the track. But sometimes you misremember. So with a tape, I'm not gonna mess up. So I'll have that. The hat's a little loose and it's a little weighty, but I don't care. It's gonna get the job done, and I'll be able to tape my racing and get a little better at it. But anybody can really do that. The thing for your hat's $10. You can get an action camera for $60, $70 and tape yourself and get better at it that way. Instead of asking your friend, hey, what should I have done better? And they really weren't even paying attention. They're picking their nose or looking at their phone, whatever. But I recommend that. It was, and also the Voyage RC, he taped himself racing and put it up on them. And that, when I watched that, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. I got to do that. So, well, thanks a lot for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos. Build video. I don't know if I'll do an unboxing. It'll probably be a lot more before I even get mine, but maybe I'll do an unboxing of my B6.1D. So, I don't know. Check out my Instagram. I try and put pictures up there every once in a while of what's going on. It's Bees Racing AZ. And hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot. Blah, 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 blah.